Lunchtime is over.
What's that?
Your keys, man.
I see you've played knifey spoony before. Hey!
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI Schitt's Creek, Season 2, Episode 3. And you know what? Since this is going up on Patreon 2 weeks early, if it does get hit with an ad limitation thing from YouTube because it can't tell the difference between S-H-I-T and S-C-H-I-T-T, it can just get disputed and I don't have to worry about trying to curve all of my discussion of the title of the show that I'm trying to watch because YouTube can't figure out what a swear word is. So patreon.com/FWCI if you want 2 weeks early access to all of my Schitt's Creek reactions, as well as Brooklyn Nine-Nine. A bunch of other stuff goes up on there early as well. Check it out. $5 redos will get you a month. This episode is called Jazzagals. I don't know what the hell that is. Is that going to be like a fitness class that Moira or Alexis is gonna go into? That's my best guess. We've got a lot going on with all of our characters at the moment, especially Alexis. She's found herself in the midst of a lot of drama immediately after moving to this town. David and Stevie are still in a weird territory. So let's jump into Season 2, Episode 3, Jazzagals.
Alexis, please, dear.
Alexis hasn't been here for a week and a half. She's at Mutt's.
Well, that's simply not true.
She's at Mutt's? Like living with him?
We had a lengthy conversation about hosiery and menopause.
Again, that was me.
Moira, you need to start paying attention to your kids. You know what? Maybe leave them alone. At this point, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, sorry I couldn't help.
Oh no, Bob's not gonna like that. Oh, here he is. Look at him jogging in.
I'm not a mechanic.
Well, I don't expect you to know everything, but, if a client of yours came in here, I'd certainly talk to them.
Well, I hope you wouldn't.
Because I can't afford to lose any customers right now, Johnny, especially when I'm giving away free office space.
Oh, okay, that's a good point, Bob. I mean, he can't work on the muffler, but he could have been a bit more accommodating to the dude.
So, I'm building a cedar chest for my knits.
You're planning on building a cedar chest?
That's correct.
You are.
Maybe David's really good at it.
Hey, well, don't let me stand in the way of your handiwork. Mm-hmm. May the force be with you.
Thank you so much.
He's gonna need the force to do this, unless he's actually great at it, because he seems pretty blasé about how difficult this is gonna be.
Yeah, the Jazzagals is our singing group.
A singing group? What fun.
Yeah, Jocelyn started it a few years ago, and it's been great.
Twyla, are you about to get kicked out of the Jazzagals for telling Moira?
Well, then you should definitely talk to Jocelyn. She would love to have you in the group.
Well, perhaps Jocelyn should speak to me.
It's a really tragic story involving some damaged luxury cashmere. And so I am building a cedar chest for my sweaters. So I'm just measuring how big to make the chest.
Well, I've built a chest before.
Yeah.
I have some time.
Mutt is gonna hook him up with a chest.
You want some help?
You know what? That could be good.
Alright, so he's not some building savant.
I can't come in, but I do have some good news.
Did she just walk in and said, I can't come in?
You want to audition for the Jazzagals?
Audition. Though I'm sure you mean no offense. In the actual world of entertainment, I'm what's known as offer only.
Wow, Moira. Jocelyn is starting to become a lot less patient as well. Bob, can you stop leaving?
Bob, you've got a customer.
Oh my god, is that Kevin Nealon?
I am going to need some things for the chest.
Like the number for a carpenter?
Mutt is out back and he's asked me to get these things for him. We're building the chest together. So.
I thought he was gonna lie and be like, yeah, I made it.
Will you be needing your basic toolbox or your cedar chest toolbox?
Obviously, the cedar chest toolbox. I'm assuming you're kidding.
Leave David alone.
But in the off chance that you're not, where in the shed would I find that box? You're kidding.
Call it an audition if you must, or an impromptu performance, or perhaps an evening with.
An evening with Moira Rose. I love the sound of that.
'Cause tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30.
Damn.
For the first time in...
Yeah, strong voice.
If I may, an observation.
Stop leaving the place unattended.
You've got to be here to run your business.
Whoa, you have been busy. Listen, tell me just a little more.
Yeah, hang on. Whose Buick did he sell?
But anyone with a background in sales could see how he was eyeballing that Buick, so I slow play it. I pretend I don't notice. And then he sort of mentions the Buick.
Johnny with his slick salesman story.
Long story short, he forks over $350 cash, and you're welcome. Certain instincts, you just don't lose.
Whose car did you sell, Johnny?
But Dick Simpson is the fella whose car you just sold. He brought it in for a brake job. Don't recall him wanting to sell it.
Oh.
Wait, there was no for sale sign on the car?
I will call Mr. Stinson and apologize.
Well, you can apologize to Mr. Stinson until the cows come home. But I don't see how that is going to help Dick Simpson.
I'll fix it, Bob.
Is it Simpson, Stinson, or Sinson? Or is it Smithston? Smithton? Smithston? Smith?
Ridiculous name. Simpson. Simpson.
Exactly. By the way, I was quoting a Aussie comedy show called A Gentleman's Guide to Knife Fighting.
Mr. Jones, hello, it's Principal Leith here from Stratton Primary.
Look, I'm afraid there's been an accident involving your son, Jason, and he's been rushed to the hospital. Oh my God, what's happened?
Now, it's too early to say just how serious the injuries are and whether his sight or indeed his brain have been affected.
Who did this? One of Jason's classmates, Davy Smithston.
And I must stress, it was purely accidentally.
Sorry, Davy... who? Smithston?
And he's devastated by what's happened. In fact, he's in with the counselling.
Sorry, did you say Smithson or Smithton?
Dad, I'm tired.
Yeah, I bet you are. Smithston. Sure it's not Davy Smith?
No.
And it's not Smithson?
No.
It's not Smithton?
I don't ever want to forget Jason.
That's why we'd like to fund a memorial to him here at the school.
Something to remember him by. And something that perhaps will redeem the name of Smithston. And hopefully the memorial will in some way help you.
Can't get my head around it. I'm sorry. I just... Smithston. You know, until a few weeks ago, I'd never heard that name. Ever. I should probably just shut up about it, but I can't. It's just... I'm haunted by it. Smithston.
Right? You see the similarities?
Can I tell you something? Well, you gotta promise not to tell Alexis.
Okay. If you're experiencing feelings for me, like I totally get it.
Man, don't ask people to keep secrets from their family. That's just wrong.
Just the days, they've gotten a bit,
Suffocating.
I just think that a little space is a healthy thing.
Oh, Mutt is starting to get over it, Alexis. Well, that's not good.
I live alone, and now someone is there all the time, which is great.
At night.
Because no, you can't mention any of this to her. She'd lose her fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's raining men, every specimen.
no. Now Moira's freaking because she's like, uh-oh. This woman's better than me.
Come on, Moira, audition.
I would love to learn from a professional singer.
Or we could just all go home early.
Come on, Moira. Moira. Stop.
Moira. I love Jocelyn so much.
David, heat a woman's tears. That band is
I This is called reality, Moira. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of this.
That was different.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I'll leave you to discuss.
And discuss they will, I'm sure. Oh no.
Like he brought all my stuff back, and I was like, this is great. But then at the same time, I was just kind of like, I feel like I need my space right now.
Mutt kicked you out. You liar.
That's you said that.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
She's such a liar without lying, but she's lying. Come on. She chooses her words well.
That's a cute little wood thing, David.
Thank you. I made
it. I was waiting for him to lie to someone about that.
Riding the melody, bending the notes.
Well, I must have enjoyed.
Is that her pajamas, by the way? Pajamas? She had a pin on her pajamas. Pajama pin?
Boom, jump, boom, between you and me.
Honey?
She still has a beautiful voice, even though she can't sing. Is that possible? Alright, so that's the Jazza Gals. That was an interesting Moira episode, because again, she seems to be getting like humbled quite a lot. Like she had the whole thing in the family dinner one last week where she realized that she'd lost a lot of her skills. That seems to be continuing on with this one where she's not quite as shit hot as she thought she was when it comes to, you know, singing and stuff like that. So a bit of a journey for Moira. I like that Mutt confided in David and hooked him up with a cedar chest. Thank you very much, Mutt. That was very much needed. I'm surprised Moira wasn't like, oh, I'll have one as well. Johnny and Bob, I'm glad we get more Bob doing his little run, his little coach, Little League coach run or whatever we're going to call it. He's ridiculous. Like, the stuff that he expects Johnny to do at the garage is just way over the top. And I love Bob. I think he's just a fantastic character. A bit of progression with Alexis and Mutt as well in this episode. And, you know, we're setting all the pieces in place for the rest of the season. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't already. Go to patreon.com/FWCI for early access. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace!